been like challenging, and I think it challenged the way I think about how I identify in like this country and the role that my identity plays in society. And so I think it's there's like a lot of complex things that have gone into the things I've learned this week, but I'm grateful for being challenged, because I don't think I'm always challenged technically at USD, being part of the majority of the population there. So it's been really refreshing to step outside of that comfort zone and be here and be so like warmly welcomed into your community and feel like I'm constantly at home. And so I'm still figuring out what I'm taking back, but I know it's a lot of love. So
What you got in the bag? Okay.
I think like what's really been hitting me is like Nana and Claire said, it's just like love, like in my heart right now. It's like as I'm speaking, it's just like beating and beating and beating. I'm just like so thankful and so like happy to be in this like space where I know that I'm supposed to be. And like there's been signs like all week that I've been seeing. I'm like where I know in my heart like, oh, I'm supposed to be here, and this is like exactly what I'm supposed to be learning from like, these wonderful people that I'm with right now, and like that I just never would have thought like I'd be in this space and I'd be offered such wisdom and knowledge and history and just art and beauty, and like with Denise and her prayer the other day, and just the way she carries herself and her intention, and Mama J and her laughter, and just like to even being willing to take the time to drive us to Morgan City like in your van, and Vera just like opening up this space for the whole community and allowing us to just come in and just see wonderful like strength and creativity, and like it's been like very like healing and informative for me. And I'm just like really thankful, and even the group that I've been with this week has taught me a lot, and struggle with like identity and finding that space where you have a voice and it's value. Just really thankful. And I'm coming back.
You know that you ate the gumbo. Anytime you eat the gumbo, you gotta come what?
Back.
Gotta come back.
Well, I think, you know, we've had folks who've been part of this community before us and who will be part of it after, and we all contribute to that. If you didn't get a chance to, you know, I think like John says, you know, this is not about wrapping it up perfectly. It's about just sitting where we're at and being encouraged to also write and express in different ways. It doesn't have to be verbal, right? It could just be a felt thing. It could be written. You just may need a few days to keep sitting with it, or even a few years. So, you know, keep doing that. I don't think, you know, we get to the airport and, you know, you're not closing the door, right? It's just kind of like we sit at Brenna's farewell. We don't say bye to family. You know, we just say we'll see you next time. So, and it's like what David says in his, you know, I don't think there's an adequate thank you we can have for everybody in this room, everybody we've met. Chief David says in his poem, you know, thank you from a broken heart, man. So we want to give you a chance to say a proper goodbye to folks. So please do that. Take the time. Give hugs, photos, last minute looks. Thank you all.
I just have one thing. We talk about bringing our humanness and our cordiality back home. And so here's one of the things I learned on my trip to this place, and I would just like to share it with you, that we really have to see the light in one another's eyes. And so I'm going to ask you to do something that might be a little touchy-feely, but I think it will be helpful. The tears are going to come anyway because we're pouring out some things and we are letting in some new things. So the song is that you are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are my family. And what I'd ask you to do is you're going to look at someone and you're going to allow yourself to be in that space and discern what that does for you. And we're going to do it just a couple of rounds and encourage you to think about that. Every time you think about engaging someone else, that's really what we're looking at. So if it's Buddha or Allah, just imagine that person being it. So that would be what I'd like to contribute to this. So we're going to do it, and you're going to look at someone. So I'm going to look at you. And here's how it goes the first time around. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are my family. Look at someone. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are my family. Find someone else. You can move. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are my family. Now you have to move. Move, move, move. Find somebody. All right.
I'm looking at myself. I'm looking at myself.
You are a part of me. You are my family. One more time. Find somebody else.
It's like looking at all my children.
Here you go.
all.
Okay.
All the
Pull
kids
that.
trying to
Pull
cry
that.
and stuff.
Pull that. Yeah.
Come on now.
God, I hold you in my heart. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are a part of me. You are my family. Ashe.
Give me my phone. Trying to steal. You all right? You gonna miss me?
Oh, it's been wonderful.
Dude. Nobody called me. This is gonna be a Twilight Zone video.